Tom, to your point with the marketing stuff, one of the things that I think agents have lost track of, and back in the day when we used to talk about how commission breath could sink a sale, I think one of the things that is kind of happening right now is listing breath, right? Where we are all so focused on getting the listing because we know we need the listing, that we're losing sight of the fact that those boomers aren't going to sell until they buy. And our biggest job is to get them excited for the buy, to help them understand what the possibilities are. And when you earn the buy side business with the boomers, you will almost always get the list side business. But if you go the opposite way, I think you risk losing the business.
As we close out quarter one and go into quarter two of 2023, it's been a wild ride. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure that your business lasts throughout 2023. As you see others regressing, make sure that you have the staff willing to support your dreams and your goals. It's why I use Virtue Desk to staff up our virtual assistants. Whether you're looking for an administrative, marketing, prospecting, inside sales, or customer service assistant, or you just need that executive assistant, contact Virtue Desk today. Use the BAM code down below to get $250 off of your startup fee with Virtue Desk. Use the BAM code down below. Hire Virtue Desk to staff up your virtual assistant experience today. Yeah, everybody listening right now that's an agent, you need to adopt journey breath. And you need to be really educating and helping on the journey. I have a past client who reached out to me who, by the way, I got him a property off market in 2017. I think it was 2017, 2016. So got him an incredible deal because he didn't even compete in a different market. So obviously he's making a ton of money, right? He has to sell the property for personal reasons. By the way, he would fit into this boomer category. And to your point, Lisa, all he will talk about is the homes that he's looking at in Tampa, in Sarasota. It's not about the home that he's selling and how to get the most money. He's a boomer. He's pretty educated. He's very educated. He knows he's going to get top dollar. His number was within $25,000 of the number I gave him. Once I checked with an agent on the team and said, hey, where do you think this is coming in at? This is where he's at. We were within 25,000. Okay. So he just intuitively, or we were within 50,000 rather. He intuitively knew, but what he really cares about is the communities, the condos that he's looking at in Florida, because that's the next chapter. And that's what's exciting to him.
Yeah. And I think go ahead.
Ladies first.
So which way does that go? I'm just kidding.
So Tom, go ahead.
You want to give your go-to comment here in this situation, Lisa, for all the listeners? Give us a like if you like how Lisa's just bullying Byron and I like nonstop. I think that's you want to see more bullying from Lisa? Let's get some comments below.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, what I don't even know what I was just going to say. I do now. The agents that are focusing on I've heard a lot a talk about suitable housing contingencies and just list your house and we can put in that it's subject to sellers finding suitable housing, and it's not going to work, right? It's kind of going back and even pivoting to, you've got to take out all conversation about the listing until the sale side is secured. They don't even want to engage in the conversation, right? And the more agents push it to further their own agenda, it's death. Now go.
Lisa, think about the travel, or Tom, we'll get to your point at some point here, but
I'm going to take a nap underneath my desk. Just let me know when you're ready for me.
Think about the travel agents who are still in business today, because there are travel agents to exist. They're not on every corner in every town in America like they used to be. The ones that exist are the ones that can navigate through a complicated travel experience, maybe 2 or 3 destinations that aren't easily researchable, right? That where it's like, hey, this is where you want to stay, eat, and I'm going to coordinate the entire, vacation for you. The travel agent that is booking flights and a single hotel room in Orlando doesn't exist, because anybody can do that. And so the agent that can really, I'm talking to agents down here in Florida. I'm making these calls for you. I'm connecting the dots on this, this journey that you have in front of you, to simplify it and make it more digestible so that you remain excited about the process instead of overwhelmed.
Right. 100%.
Well, and we've talked about this with our team, and we actually ran a whole training on how to avoid commission breath when the buyer says they have a home to sell. Because you think about a newer agent, right? I mean, we have 1 out of 5 agents have sold a home in a down market right now, so they don't even know what it's like. And the big stressors we were talking about is timing, right? It's timing the moves. It's having the new place to move into and being comfortable. And with a lot of boomers, they're not going to move into a fixer upper. They're going to renovate it first. They're going to make it the way they want because they've got the capital. So I wanted to run down these points. I thought this would be helpful for the listeners here is that, Byron, you mentioned journey breath. We called it relationship breath. You want to develop a relationship with these people. Stop talking about yourself because nobody cares. Stop pushing so hard for the listing appointment. Stop bragging about your services and focus on the seller's biggest problem, which is finding a house. And when you do that, and when you focus on solving their concern, because they don't care about selling their house, they don't find a new house, they're not moving, right? They got to either they owe nothing or they got a 2 or a 3 interest rate on the property at this point. So when that happens, I mean, there's certainly ways to deliver value and say, hey, here's some comps in the neighborhood if you're curious. You can do that without coming off too strong. But so many agents are like, oh, let's get in there. And the suitable housing contingency, have you guys ever seen that work? It's been a disaster anytime I've seen someone try to use it, and deals are dying like 90, 120 days out. So with boomers, you've got to meet people where they're at. And look, they've got the leverage in this situation. They've got the house to sell. And what does every person want right now in the marketplace? They want a house. That's simple.